guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday. I know normally that means a song, but there's no song this week because I couldn't think of anything. Just couldn't think of anything decent. Thought about doing something about Joey Barton, gambling, then like the tax stuff at West Ham, but I was just like Googling songs to do with tax, and yeah, there aren't many. So instead, last night I was mucking around on this FaceApp where you can put in your face and change it to look like an old person, a young person, change it to like a man or a woman depending on what you are, and with some pretty hilarious results. For example, this is me, but when I make it look old, I look ridiculously old. And yet when I look young, it looks absolutely nothing like me. So what I thought I'd do is I run some famous footballers through the app, see what sort of results we get. Hopefully they'll be funny, they'll probably be quite scary. So let's start with Cristiano Ronaldo. Definitely fancies himself a little bit. Let's see what he looks like. There he is, looking all preened and happy. Let's see what he looks like as an old man. Okay, he kind of looks like my grandma. Let's see what it looks like young. That looks like me. That looks what I looked like when I was young. That's the only time I'm ever going to be compared to Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, let's move on to Ronaldo's nemesis, Lionel Messi. There he is, looking all clean cut and smart. Let's see what he looks like when he looks old. Okay, he looks like a sitcom dad. He looks like a dad in like Lionel Messi, the sitcom. Let's see what he looks like when he looks young. I mean, we all know what young Lionel Messi looked like anyway, but let's see if this app gets anywhere near it. Nope. They've also got this weird feature where you can make them smile, which is often very creepy. So here's Messi with a smile on. Oh, he looks happy. Yeah, he scored 500 goals, doing his job. Here's what he looks like with the second smile. Oh, looks like Quagmire from Family Guy. Giggity. Speaking of which, let's go back and see what Ronaldo looked like when he smiled. That's literally the same thing. That's not changed at all. What about the second smile? What? He's like nailed the smile. It's like they've built the app on Ronaldo's face. Alright, let's move on to another footballer. What about someone who like already looks old? And we'll see if we can make him look even older. Someone like Diego Costa at Chelsea. He's only like 28, I think, even though he looks about 48 already. Let's see what the app does. So, there's Diego, looking pretty old. Let's see what happens when we make him actually old on the app. It looks the same. It looks the same. He's just got a little bit of grey hair. Otherwise, it's basically the same person. Alright, what about Diego looking young? That's not him. That's like Marcus Rashford. That's a completely different player. Speaking of Marcus Rashford, let's try him. He's very young looking. Let's see if we can make him look even younger. So, there he is, looking all fresh-faced. Let's see what happens if we make Marcus Rashford even younger. Yep, looks exactly the same. Has not changed at all. What about Marcus Rashford? Oh, let's see if we can work out what Marcus Rashford's going to look like when he retires from football. Oh, he's got a kind face. He's got a very kind face, Marcus Rashford. Alright, that's a bit old for Marcus Rashford. Obviously, he won't be that old in retirement. There is another button here where you can click male and female, and the male one sort of makes you look as much like a man as possible. So let's turn Marcus Rashford into an actual grown-up adult and see what he's going to look like later on in his career. Yeah, looks about right. Looks sort of like Marcus Rashford in his like late 20s. Right, let's move on and do a few more. What about Olivier Giroud at Arsenal? Good-looking lad. Let's see what he looks like as an old man. He looks like a 70s TV detective. You can see him sitting at a cafe with a cigarette and a newspaper with like 2 holes in it, looking out for crime on the streets of Paris. What about as a girl? Well, he looks nothing like him, but she's very pretty, but literally nothing like him. And what about, let's give Olivier some nice big smiles. So there he is, looking normal. Oh, a little bit happier. And someone's just told him he's the best looking player at Arsenal. Look at that, what a smile on that man. What about Lord Bentner? Let's see what he looks like in the machine. Not looking very happy there, is he? Let's cheer him up, let's give him a smile. That's like a 4 smile. That's a smile of someone who's been told they've just signed for Nottingham Forest.
I've made a huge mistake.
Okay, let's see what he looks like as an old man. He looks like he's seen some things. That man has seen things he's never gonna unsee.
I've seen some things, man.
What about as a lady? That looks like sort of Denmark's Eurovision entry for this year. Okay, let's try and find someone with an interesting face. About Franck Ribry. Let's see what he looks like put through the system. Okay, there he is. Nice big smile. Wonder what happens if we try and make his smile even bigger. Nope, that's the same. What? What has happened there? He's broken the machine. Franck Ribry's broken the machine. All right, finally then, what about Gary Lineker? You know, slightly older man now. Let's see what he looks like through the system. Let's see if a young Gary Lineker looks like he did during his playing days at Everton and Spurs. No, just looks, I guess, like Gary Lineker's son might do, with a weird little goatee thing going on. What about an old Gary Lineker? I mean, he's obviously in his 50s now. Let's see what it looks like old. Looks younger, if anything. They made him look younger. Poor Gary. And what about as a lady? Wow! Gary Lineker, you look amazing as a woman. He should do drag. Gary Lineker should do drag. He looks fantastic. Right, so there you go. That's footballers on the FaceApp. Glimpse into the future for some of those players there. A little glimpse into the past for some of the older ones as well. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And comment below with your predictions for this weekend's football. Some big games and the North London Derby taking place as well. So comment below with your predictions. Let's see how much you all know about football. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel for football content like this sort of thing, mostly non-serious. Sometimes serious, but mostly not serious football content. So that's it. Have a great weekend, and see you again on Monday.